everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. It's the girl Miss Sydz and I'm back with another video. So I have to apologise for the light issue
because I'm using natural lighting and the weather is acting like it's on its period. At 1 minute it's sunny, next minute it's raining. I just can't cope.
So as you can see by the title, I am going to be doing a makeup beginner friendly tutorial. Don't like to use the word tutorial because I don't feel like I'm teaching because I'm a beginner myself. This is pretty much a everyday glam, but just how to do it, the techniques that I use, why I use it in a certain way, and hopefully that will be helpful for the ones that are beginners and want to try and learn how to beat the face. I think it's down to you and what's your style. This is how I'm doing it, so hopefully you appreciate it and enjoy the video. So without further ado, let's get right into the makeup. Okay, so I'm starting a little bit cray-cray because I've got one eyebrow done. I thought, let me just show you guys how I personally do my eyebrows. I'm probably not the best person to do an eyebrow tutorial because I'm very boring, standard. My eyebrow shapes always change. Like, before we get into the second brow, I'm just going to quickly prime my face. Now, I'm going to use the Revolution Glass Primer. This is a ultimate dewy primer, and I've really been enjoying this primer. The only thing is that you literally need to take a little amount. Sometimes I go a little bit too heavy and I squeeze like a whole full pump of it, but just a little bit after moisturizing, and just rub it into the skin. So before I actually do my foundation, the primer's already set. 2 months with no threading. Brush my brows upwards first so I can actually see like all the outgrown hairs where I need to carve that out with concealer. Today I'm just going to use the Sleek Brow Kit in the shade Extra Dark, which looks like this. I do mix the combination of the pomade and the brow powder. Fine, skinny angle brush. When it gets to the tail, sometimes I do like to do little hair strokes. Not like you will be able to tell the difference anyway, because my eyebrows are very fine. They're not sparse or like bushy. When I get to this bit, I then like to use a lighter shade, like a powder. And then this is where I do tend to flick, like so. Make sure I like the shape. And I like to just tap, sometimes with a sponge or my finger, just to soften this part. And that is it. That's the brows. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to foundation. Love me some foundation. If I can find the one I wanna use. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation. This is in the shade 70 Cocoa. I do like a combination of a brush and then a sponge. I like the brush because I feel like I can have more of control to spread it around my face, and then with the sponge it absorbs some of the product because I don't really like to feel or look cakey, and then yet it gives me like this sort of airbrush flawless finish to the skin as well. Okay, so now that is done, onto concealer. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. This is a satin finish and it is in the shade Deep Honey, and I'm just going to use it in the inner portion of your face. Now, depending on the concealer you're going to use, you're going to try and at least give your concealer a few minutes before you blend out because you want to get the full coverage from the concealer. And I like to start from bottom. I like to start basically in the center and then leave the under eye last. I like to get my brush, the same brush that I use for my foundation, and just like blend the edges just for the products to pretty much just marry together so you don't see a harsh demarcation between the concealer and the foundation. So I just like to just alternate between my sponge and my brush so it can just look more seamless. Yeah, that's it. So now we're going to set the concealer. I'm going to use the Colourpop No Filter setting powder in the shade Banana. You can use whatever you want to use. This part is very personal because for me, I'm the type of person, I do not like to bake. I like just to press it in with a damp sponge so it literally just soaks into my skin. Baking is just not for me. It just makes me look ashy and dry. I don't like the feeling and whatnot. And most importantly for me, because I do have very fine creases around my eyelids and my under eye, I have to pretty much just set those areas as well. Alright, so the next part I like to do is to add bronzer, and sometimes I do cream contour and bronze. Most of the time when it's just like an easy everyday but a little bit extra glam, I like just to bronze. So today I'm just going to bronze. I'm going to give my Revolution Pro Sculpting Bronzer a break, so I'm going to use my Morphe bronzer. So this is a bronzer and contour, and this is a shade Showmance. I really like this because it has the little gold reflective shade here, just to give you that sort of bronzy glow. If you want to take that extra step and bronze your nose, go ahead, bronze your nose. Just use like a fluffy brush or flat shading brush, whatever is your preference. I like to bring it here, like the bridge of my nose to my brows, just to also create that sort of dimension, but not too much effort. And then just drag the rest of the product down my nose. I don't want to change the nose shape. I just want it to look more defined and put together. As big as my nose is, I actually like the size of my nose, so I don't actually want to change the nose shape completely. And then I just like to go over it with a sponge. Okay, so just to set the face, marry everything together, and you know, set my face, I like to just use an over face powder. Today I'm using the True Match foundation powder in the shade W10 Deep Golden. It doesn't really change the colour, it literally just sets and marries everything together. Now blush is optional. I know not everybody is about the blush life. If you've been following me for a while, you know I love me some blush. And today I'm going to use the Sleek blush in the shade Coral. Just want something warm and coral and orangey, everyday go-to type of thing. So I'm just going to apply that in, not too much. I like to apply it on the cheeks from here and then drag, okay? I'm not really a over nose in the contour line. I'm not really about that life. So I'm gonna highlight today. I haven't been highlighting as usual because I actually really do love to glow, but I'm gonna highlight a little bit. Now I'm gonna use this Revolution Shimmer Brick Rose Gold highlighter. Old, the best thing, and I like to get it right at the point because I don't like it to be dragged on, if that makes sense. So I'm just getting at the point, and I'm literally just gonna apply a little bit here in circular motion, and then I like to also bring it underneath my brows, so it just creates that chin. Nose, I like to do the nose. Now we are going to be applying some mascara, and we're going to apply some lashes today. If you're like me, beginning in makeup, and you don't like using eyeshadow, just in general, you could be wicked at makeup. Sometimes I do like a pop of colour, so I would just get one shade out of a palette. So this is the Revolution one, Chocolate Rose Gold. This actually used to be one of my favourite palettes, I'm not gonna lie. And I just like to use a mixture of like nude browns, Revolution mascara. I'm now still looking a little bit cray-cray, especially the way my hair is. Like, what is this place? My lace wasn't laying down, so I had to give it a little bit extra more time. But we are now going to finish it off with the lips. So I'm going to use a brown lip liner. I think by now, if you are a person of colour and you want to wear nude lipsticks, you need a brown lip liner. That's just point blank period. Lip liner, which is actually really nice to be fair. It is from MUA in the shade Obsession. I think it was about £1, if that. This is from Revolution. I cannot remember the shade. I think it's in the shade Noble, but I will definitely link it in the description box below. And because I do like a gloss, I'm going to use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. Then to set the face, I'm going to use the Revolution Glow Glass, I always do this, Glass Glow Fix Spray. So this is the final and completed look. So this is my go-to. Well, it's not really a go-to, but yeah, it kind of is sometimes, maybe depends. And I just hope that this video will pretty much help you guys out, because I'm a beginner as well, you know. Don't get me wrong, I might do makeup videos here and there, but I'm not no artist out here, sis. But we're in this together, you feel me? I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Make sure you do subscribe and put your post notifications on. I do post 3 times a week, Monday, Tuesdays and Thursdays, with a mixture of lifestyle and makeup content and a little bit of extra content here and there while we're in quarantine. So put your post notifications on to all, follow me on the Instagram, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye. That piece of hair was irritating me. Bye.